Hi everybody and welcome back to a new video. Today's video is going to be all about girl talk, feminine talk, women talk, all those kinds of questions. I had you guys send me over questions that you guys had on Instagram pertaining to all those kind of things. Is Larry running away?
So let's get started. Our first question of the day, I don't have a clue, go ahead.
I am keeping these confidential. I don't want to read names just in case. So the first one is, when did I get my period? Where was I? And my reaction. So when I was in 5th grade and I had just gotten off the school bus, thank goodness for that, 5th grade, and that's pretty young actually. A lot of girls, well, I think it's a range, but I felt young. None of my other friends had their period yet, so I felt like it was young. And I had just gotten off the school bus, I went to the bathroom, and there it was. And I cried, I was upset, I panicked. I called my mom who was at work, and she said, just go into the hall closet, grab yourself a pad, and lay down on the couch. I'm on my way home. And then my mom came home and all was well. She explained everything and that's how it happened. How old was I when I first started using makeup? So I think I started using makeup in 7th grade, which is middle school for us. And it was really, really basic. I actually just used my mom's blue eyeliner. That was her favorite eyeliner, and she has blue eyes. So I would just do blue eyeliner underneath here, and then, so that's when I started. Hair removal. So that's a great question. I have thought about laser, but I just haven't gone down that route yet. So I just shave still, and then I use conditioner. Here's a little tip, like, conditioner for your hair is really great to use for shaving under the arms, on your legs, in your groin, that kind of area, and it works really well for me. I tried using Nair like way back in the day and it burned my skin so bad, but I have sensitive skin. So that's what I do. And then for my eyebrows, I get them threaded, and that's what I do for my hair removal. Do you have any PMS symptoms that come every month without fail? Yes, I do. I get emotional. I get, maximum emotional, and it's about a week before my period, sometimes literally days before my period, where just every little thing upsets me and I cry. Even a commercial will make me cry. TV show, I'll cry. To be honest, sometimes I cry during cute commercials anyways, but I'm just more emotional. That's one. And then I get cravings. I also get cravings all the time too, so I don't know. And then migraines, I get headaches. What hair products do you use for your hair? Your hair always looks so good. Thank you. So I just use, I kind of bounce back and forth, but I use it's a conditioning balm. I use the Redken products, I like those. And then Balayage. I use those products mostly. I also use Head and Shoulders sometimes on my scalp if I'm like dry or itchy or flaky, but that's what I use in the way of products. But a good conditioner is key. What do you do to ease period symptoms? So for me, sometimes I know the best thing to do is going on a walk, but sometimes I just, oh my gosh, I don't feel like moving at all. So I'll wrap up on the couch or in bed and I'll use a heating pad on my lower abdomen and on my lower back, because I get back pain, I get cramps down my legs, I get abdominal discomfort, I get all the feels. So heating pads are my go-to, and then a peppermint oil I like to rub on my back of my neck and just on my wrist and like sniff on it. And there's this stick, it's called Queeze Ease, which is really good for period time, but also good for road trips. And my mom got it during a surgery once, and then she gave it to me, and I sniff it. It helps with queeze. So if you're feeling really nauseous, you sniff it. It's basically a blend of essential oils. I would look on Amazon. That's where I think I've seen them before. And then I just do the, normal tablets, but make sure you guys are checking with a doctor or physician before taking any medication. And yeah, that's what I do to help with mine. How do I learn to love how I look without makeup? So this is a great question. So I think we're all beautiful in our own skin, and I have imperfections. I have acne scars, I've had acne, I have all sorts of different discoloration in here. And I think that the more you don't wear makeup the more comfortable you feel in your own skin, if that makes sense. I used to, when I have really bad acne, I did not like going out without makeup. I felt uncomfortable. I felt like everybody was staring at me. And odds are they're not. It's just your internal feelings. So I struggled with it too. And it's just something that practice at home. Walk around your house without wearing makeup, and then run to the grocery store without wearing makeup, and just love your skin and your body and, you know, your face, because we only get one. I know that sounds funny, but we only get one. We only get one life to live. So just try to not be so hard on yourself. We're our own worst critics. I do it to myself all the time. I put on a pair of shorts and I'm like, oh, I have cottage cheese legs, or I have chunkiness, or I'll wear a top and I don't want to wear a tank top because I have like side arm and dimples in my arms, and you know, this here guys, you know, we all got it. It's okay. And like I said, all of us are our own worst critics, and just work on it. Put on a pair of shorts, walk around the house, get comfortable in it. I know you said, you know, your own face without wearing makeup, but I just think baby steps is the best way. And I don't know, confidence I think is just gained as we go. None of us are fully confident, I don't think. Like even myself, I might come across as confident, but I'm not really. You know, you just kind of learn as you go. I hope that makes sense. Babe, did that make sense?
That makes total sense.
Okay.
Life's a dance, you learn as you go.
Life's a dance, you learn as you go. I love it. Have you tried birth control? Yes, I have. I started birth control when I was in 8th or 9th grade, I think. And that was more so to regulate my periods and help with period cramps. And then when I was older, around 19 or 20, probably about 20, I went back because I stopped birth control, and then I went back on it for no reason really, but then I went back on it because my face was breaking out so bad with that cystic hormonal acne. And then I was on it for about a year until that cleared up, and then I haven't gone back to it since, because that's also when I started getting really, really, really bad migraines, and my doctor basically said, it's a trigger for you, so I'm not supposed to take any birth control tablets, and they did switch mine around, and I just get out of control migraines when I take a contraceptive pill. Yeah, but there's other reasons. I mean, there's all sorts of reasons. So to take a birth control pill, obviously for birth control, and then for acne, to level out hormones, and to help with, you know, regulating periods. So there's all sorts of reasons to take it. It's not just because obviously that person's having sex. No, can I say sex on YouTube? I don't even know if I can say that. Intercourse. It's not just for that. So, but yeah, I don't take it anymore because it definitely gives me very, very, very intense bad migraines. Do you have days when you feel like doing nothing and you just want to sleep? How do you motivate yourself? Yes, I do. And I completely think that that's a normal feeling. Again, I think hormones have to have a play in that. And some days you're allowed to just allow yourself to feel that way and have that day where you just kick back and do nothing. And then the next day, if you're kind of feeling the same way again, try and get yourself up. And what I do to help motivate myself when I'm gonna have a cleaning day in the house and I'm not feeling motivated to do it, what I do is brush my teeth, wash my face, get dressed, even if it's just this. Like, this is my typical attire. You guys already know that. A basic t-shirt and leggings.
Make the bed.
That's what I do. And like Larry said, make the bed. That's another really helpful tip. Make yourself a coffee. If you don't like coffee, maybe tea. Drink some water and play some tunes. Music always helps me with motivation as well. But I noticed if I stay in my pajamas, I don't get motivated. I have to get dressed. I have to, when I wake up in the morning, I take my PJs off, toss them in the laundry basket, and I have to put on leggings and just get ready. And sometimes even a little bit of mascara makes a difference. It gives you that confidence. I don't usually do that, but getting dressed is a big helper for me. And like I said, definitely allow yourself to have those down days because it's normal. We all have them. Ooh, what's your favorite fragrance? Okay, so I love all sorts of body sprays, but those aren't ones that really last long. That's just like a quick and go out the door. Perfume, I would say, I'm gonna pronounce it wrong, please forgive me, but it's La Vie Belle by Lancome. That is my ultimate favorite. And then another one that I've been wearing a lot lately is the Vanillary from Lush, which I also love. I don't like super strong scents, plus Larry has asthma and my dad also has a bronchial and asthma kind of flare as well. So I actually can't wear strong perfumes around, especially my dad. It will throw him into a gagging, coughing fit. So I tend to go on the lighter side, but those are my all-time two favorites that I highly recommend, and they both last all day long. It's another thing, you buy a perfume and then it doesn't last. It lasts like 2 hours and you can't smell it. When I wear the La Vie Belle by Lancome, hours later, I was in Target one day and a lady was like, you smell so good. What are you wearing? And it's always that one. So check that one out. Favorite maker of undergarments. So I get all of my undergarments. They're the most comfortable for me from Victoria's Secret. And those are the ones that I have used ever since middle school. And I've pretty much stuck with them because other underwears don't really fit me that well. And the bras don't feel as like cushy. I know it's kind of pricey. Back when I started shopping at Victoria's Secret, it was 5 for $25 for the underwear, and now it's like 5 for $28 or something like that. But it's still worth it. They last a long time and they're great, and the bras are super comfortable. Even their t-shirt bras. I love the t-shirt bras. I used to get the, you know, when I had to have been in middle school, high school, I was getting the 2 cup size push-up bras. I don't need those anymore. You know, just for me personally, I don't, but I used to get those too. So that's where I get all of my undergarments. Not that you need any improvement, what do you think of people doing facial and body surgeries? So if my best friend wanted to go out and get a nose job, I would be like, great, that's great. And I mean, I personally probably wouldn't, but I don't think there's anything wrong with doing it. I just think to each their own. If they want to do it, fine. If you're that type that is like, God blessed you with what you have, keep it natural, by all means, keep it natural. But if you want to have a surgery and it makes you feel better about yourself, then do it. I don't think there's a right or wrong with that. I just think it's all personal preference. How did you first start getting into makeup? I think watching my mom do her makeup before work really got me into makeup, but I didn't really get into makeup until I was 20 years old. I used to just be super basic from like middle school on. I would just do eyeliner and mascara. And then I really kind of got into all the products, the eyeshadow palettes and all that stuff. And just when I first started, all I did was I had this Maybelline shimmery champagne eyeshadow. It was a single thing, and I used to just take my finger, wipe it across, and just wipe it and dab it on my eyelid, mascara, and then like a powder, not a pressed powder, literally just like a loose powder, and just dust it over my face, and that was it. That was all I did. So I just think playing around with simple makeup here and there is the best way to go. And I don't think you have to spend a lot of money on products either when you're first getting started. Just have fun with it, and that's how I started. This is a really deep question, and it's something that I'm gonna be completely open and honest about because it's just a really great question, and I don't want you to feel alone or anybody else that's going through this but doesn't talk about it, because I don't talk about it. But yet here I am sharing it with a lot of people. So here we go. We're just gonna go for it. I am 28, in love with my hubby, but have low libido. Have you ever had this at this age? 100%. And I don't know why. I think I have a pituitary adenoma, and they say that that fluctuates your hormones. If you don't know what a pituitary adenoma is, it's basically a little nodule that's in my brain that's technically it's next to the pituitary glands, which control your hormones. That could be part of my problem. And then I don't know, I just think that we all go through fluctuating hormone stages, and it totally happens. And I don't really know what to do about it. I did mention it to my doctor at one point, and I think they recommended me to see an oncologist, and then I just never did it. But I think it's totally normal. Maybe it's not normal, I'm not sure. But you're not alone, because I go through it too, and I didn't want you to feel alone or anybody else. yeah, it's just not something that I really talk about with like friends and everything else. And here I am telling you guys, and whoever else sees this video, but I just think it's a normal thing and we shouldn't really be embarrassed about it. And yeah, I don't know, maybe tell your physician and see what they recommend, but I'm right there with you, it happens. And it's not because, I don't want there to ever be any misconception, it is not because we're not attracted to our significant other or that we're not in love with them, or, you know, it's nothing that they do or don't do. It's seriously like me, you know, it's us, it happens and it's normal. So just be patient with yourself, and I totally understand the struggle. Best suggestions for growing out over plucked and over waxed eyebrows. Okay, so that is just gonna be hard. You're just gonna have to let them grow, and it's gonna drive you mad. You're gonna see them coming through and you're gonna be wanting to pluck them. Just try not to pluck them. I've heard that castor oil for like facial hair and stuff works. I have not technically tried that, but my advice would just be let them grow. Do not pluck them, do not touch them. And once they're all grown out and the world opens up again and we're able to get them threaded or whatever, when you go in to get them done again, just tell them that you want them full and like natural. That's what I always tell them. I tell them not to take off a lot, just go with the natural shape of my brows. And you can see I definitely have some growing out, but you know, I just let it do its thing. Just try not to overpluck. We've all been there though. Boy advice for a girl in high school. This is great. So I wish that I would have listened to this advice when I was in high school. I was a freshman dating a senior in high school, and I dated him all throughout my high school years up until my freshman year of college. My big recommendation, now it all depends on the relationship, but my advice would be don't rush into a relationship. I know there's all the high school sweethearts, so it's hard for me to sit here and say, don't do it, don't get in a relationship. I had a very bad relationship, so that's why I'm kind of like that. But I want to be open for people who have great relationships. My advice is just to have fun. Split time with your friends and your, you know, high school boyfriend or girlfriend. Don't give your full time and attention to your significant boyfriend, girlfriend. Just have fun. That's okay, that's just Larry doing the doors. Just have fun in school, because that time is gonna fly by, and play sports, go to parties as long as they're safe, and go to the games. Just have fun. Don't settle yourself down, because those years are gonna fly by and you're not gonna get them back. And babe, do you have any advice to add to that?
No, that's good advice.
Yeah. Like, I quit sports mainly to work when I was in high school, but it was a lot of like boyfriend influence as well. Angela, you guys know my best friend. I rarely saw her. I stopped seeing her because of the boy that I was with as well. He didn't like to, I don't want to say he didn't like to share time, because I didn't stand up for myself either and say, no, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends. So just make sure you guys are hanging out with your friends, split the time, and just have fun, because like I said, it'll be over in the blink of an eye. Did you ever play with Barbies, Mycene, or Bratz dolls when you were younger? Actually, no. I was big into sports. I don't ever remember playing with Barbies or dolls or anything. I was always out. I was either doing gymnastics, and then when I stopped doing gymnastics, I was about 7, I believe, or 6, 7, and then I was fully into softball, and I was a hardcore like softball, fast pitch softball player, and that took up life. So I wasn't really playing with dolls. I was out playing catch and all of that good stuff. So that's what I did, but I never really played with dolls. I don't even remember carrying around a baby or having any like, puppies. That's what I used to play with. If I played with anything, it wasn't dolls, it was like stuffed animals. I loved my stuffed animals. How do you keep your hair thick? I'm going through postpartum hair loss. My hair has thinned out so much. My mom was actually just talking to me about this, because when I was younger, she used to brush my hair, and it would just, a brush could get stuck in my hair, because when I was younger, I didn't brush my hair. And I'm talking like kid. And then she used to say it took hours, like an hour, a full hour just to get it all dry, or longer with a blow dryer. I just had really, really thick hair. And now I have really thin hair, and I'm not really sure why. I'm not sure what the best advice for that is. I have a thickening conditioner, but it's a very lightweight conditioner, so it doesn't condition my hair the way I want to. So I rarely use that, but I don't know. Maybe try the hair, skin, and nail vitamins. I know there's a lot of back and forth on that, but again, when all fails and you've tried everything to thicken your hair, like natural ways or stuff like that, rubbing things into your scalp, when all is failing, I always go to like asking a doctor, just be like, hey, what can I do? Like, my hair is thinning out, is there anything that I can do, and just see what they suggest. That's what I do, at least. Alright guys, so that is pretty much it. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Also, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let's get some conversations started about all the fun talks. And I'll see you guys again very soon.